The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Masters Universe Origins unboxing and review. And today we've got an all-timer, one of my all-time favorite toys from when I was a kid. We've got the man, we got the myth, we got the legend. We got the legendary King Hiss. But for all your King Hiss and all your Masters Universe Origin needs, make sure you're hitting up Big Bad Toy Store. Use the link in the description below. And I did get this from Big Bad Toy Store just the other day. Came in a little bit earlier than I was expecting it to, and Big Bad Toy Store has had a rough time as of late getting a lot of foreign card stuff and not United States card or North American card, whatever you want to call it. This is not a foreign card, so they broke that curse or whatever you want to call that there. And it is real tough because this is a beautiful mint on card specimen. It is unpunched, so I'm going to have to track down another one unpunched for my personal collection, of course, to hang on the wall, as you guys saw in my action figure tour. But like we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So let's take a look at old King Hiss. Like I said, a childhood favorite toy of mine. I'm not sure my thoughts on this version quite yet. I guess we'll wait till we get out of the package and talk about it. But I might need 2 loose ones of these. We'll see what happens with that. Beautiful carding, of course, the deluxe size card art. You got the Snake Man graphics up there. You got King Hiss marching over there. Then you get a little blurb here. It says, King Hiss, dreadful disguised leader of the Snake Man. Modern posing retro play. Change into a seething mass of serpents. Oh, there you go. And I always loved King Hiss because it did remind me a little bit of Conan the Barbarian when I was a little kid. Of course, Thulsa Doom turning into a snake. Kind of correlated all that together a little bit when I was a little kid. Always thought he was very creepy, and of course, we all know snakes are a little bit of a creepy animal. A lot of people have fears of snakes. You don't have a lot of people that are, you know, feared of woodchucks and things like that. So you got snakes are the more scary animals out there. But definitely cool Snake Man sticker as well on the package there. Just very, very cool deluxe figure. On the back, we get the old Rise of the Snake Man. We get the cross cell. Beautiful artwork up top. Always do love that artwork. Shows you how to do the figure and stuff. UPC's warnings, all of that. Let's read the back. Let's see what it says about our old friend King Hiss back here. Freed from imprisonment, King Hiss leads the Snake Men to conquer Eternia. He sure does. And he's taking on Snake Armor He-Man on the back of the package here. We did unbox that on the channel, so check that out if you missed it. Very, very cool, but I'm going to do it for science. We're going to get him out of the package. We're going to see what all the fuss is about with old King Hiss. And let me tell you guys, there's been fuss. I've been keeping my ears to the streets. I went down to my local reptile dealer, and he was telling me about all the fuss about this King Hiss. So there's definitely fuss on this one. There it is. See you later. Goodbye. Get a little bit of the instructions we're used to getting here. See you later, Spider-Man style. And everything just kind of fell out of the package here. So we're going to stick all this over to the side. Of course, we got the comic book. Then we got King Hiss, and he's locked in 1, 2, 3, 4 spots he's locked in. They don't want him going absolutely anywhere. But there he is in the plastic prison. Let me cut his arms off here. You know what I mean. I'm not going to actually cut his arms off, but I'm going to cut his arms and legs free. Hopefully. There's 2. And there's 3. And the final one, there it is. Boom. And there it is. See you later. Goodbye. We're going to stick him off to the side. Very interesting. And I guess let's look at this comic book real quick here. Heart of the Snake, it says. And you got the Sorceress in the background. You got the Ground Ripper, Road Ripper going on here with Mechaneck. We do know that is coming very, very soon, so it'll be fun to see him. Very interesting. As usual, story time, comic book time. Always do appreciate this. The nod to the past with the comic books, always a very cool thing. So I'm here for that. I would assume Thunder Punch He-Man is going to have the same comic books. Stay tuned for the channel. We're going to unbox him as well. But then we get down to some of these accessories. And I guess we'll look at the weapons first. We'll go to the figure, then we'll come back to the snake stuff. So stay tuned for that. But a very iconic snake shield for King Hiss. Reminds me back to the old days from the classics line all the way to the original line. We've seen that before. Same thing with his serpent staff. Very, very cool. I remember mine I would use occasionally with Serpentor. Oh, it's all about snakes at the end of the day. But a very, very good looking one. I do like the looks of this bad boy right here. Now, King Hiss, I'm counting him as a 2023 figure. We're right in the end of the year. Of course, I already have my top 5 Masters Universe for 2022 list done. Check that one out on the channel as well when it does drop. So there you go. But now we're going to take a look at old King Hiss here, and boy, similar but different. It definitely feels like the old school King Hiss in size-wise, looks-wise, but definitely some differences here. As we do remember the original King Hiss, you kind of removed the shell and the snake armor was underneath, and it looks like you pop everything off on this one. You build the Snake Man separate. So it is a 2-in-1, but it almost makes me as a collector, and I'm sure a lot of you guys probably want to get 2 of these. We'll display one with his snake stuff, one with this, one mint on card. So it's a 3-pack buy for me, it looks like here. But he does look good. It definitely looks like King Hiss. King Hiss always looked really creepy in the face and the head because it was fake. He was a snake underneath. So it always looked a little bit like there's more to this guy's story. He's very creepy. It's like bad effects magic in a movie. It's like, what is going to happen here? And, you know, he rips off his face and he's the devil or something like that. That's all I always had that feeling about King Hiss, even as a little kid. And that's probably why I liked him so much. But very cool articulation, the same as all the other Origin figures. Head back and forth like we're used to. Very good up and down. Arms go all the way around. Single jointed elbows. Hands back and forth. Waist back and forth. Do those big old King Hiss splits if he needs to. You do get the single jointed knees, but you can move them side to side just like the elbows. Head side to side. If I remember correctly, the head, of course, was all one piece, part of the chest, and all broke apart. So we get a little difference with that here, down to the ankle articulation and boot articulation on him. Always loved his red underwear against the green. That was always looking really good. Very king-like in his apparatus here over the top there. His vest and nice silver, looking really good. Down to his orange gloves, which I always liked the look of as well. Very, very cool. And then the eyes, of course, on this guy, he's got the slit eyes like a snake, so you know there's more to his story right off the bat there. But very, very interesting. And then, of course, the green scales, everything else. Normally in the original one, this was a very hard plastic in the chest piece. This is a very kind of rubbery chest piece on this one. So for those keeping track at home. Now let's see what we can do here. We're going to try to build this other snake. You pull the arms off, I see. Okay, I see what we do here. I see. It's all coming together for me here. So now this is going to be the hard part. How hard is it to get this chest piece out? As it is clipped together. Not very hard. You just got to kind of work it. These things never go back on the same way either, as we do know. Come on. There we go. All right, we got that. Then, of course, you got to pop the head off. And then you pop off this over the top. And then we got the snake body. Almost looks like corn on the cob underneath here is what it kind of looks like. But he's got some snakes going on. Very sculpted in. You can feel it going there. And then you start plugging in the arms. So he's got his patented snake arms going here. Just reminds me back, and definitely a different kind of feel to it than the original one. The original one, a lot smaller. These are some big old snake arms. You got articulation even on the hands here, the snake hands. And then the scariest, creepiest part of it all is, of course, the big old snake head. There's old King Hiss running amok, running wild, running amok. No articulation outside of the hands on these arms, so they got big, big swoops to them to the arm. And then you have this. I would love it if these mouths did open up. That would have been a really cool feature, but you can only do so much. I understand, but I would have liked to have seen that. Mouth, same way. I'd love to see the mouth open and close, but a very corn on the cob like body color to him here, but very, very bright yellow. The red eyes make it that much creepier. And then, of course, you got the big fangs, the pink mouth, the pink tongue. Looking extra creepy here. Tons of articulation on that head. It doesn't look like it would have a lot, but it definitely does. I would say the head and the body are just a little bit different in yellow colors. Just a hair different. Not totally, totally different. But just enough difference there on the head. So very, very interesting here. But boy, I do like this. This one really hits me in the old nostalgia. Just reminds me of my childhood playing with King Hiss, as he was a favorite of mine when I was a little kid. He does fit on a Mattel ringside collectible stand. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. Pick up a stand for him. But he does fit very good on there. A little bit top heavy with those big arms, as you can imagine. Those things weigh him down. But those arms are much bigger than the original version when you would disrobe him, whatever you want to call it, change him into the snake. But I think I'm going to have to pick up 2 of these. I want him in his human form. I want him in his snake form. Maybe it's just me. But comparing him to some other King Hisses, we do got the Masters Universe Classics King Hiss. Oh boy, sign me up all day. I love this one here. And then you got his representation in snake form here in the classic scale as well. Very good, very different. These are more adult collector, more darker imagery, I would say, with these two. But they're all in the same family. They really do work together. I think it works really nice. Stick him right over here. And then I'm going to grab Snake Armor He-Man. Of course, we just unboxed him on the channel not too long ago. So this is a He-Man. If he has to take on the Snake Man, he's going to have his armor on there. He's got his pinchers, all that kind of stuff. He's ready to take on King Hiss and the Snake Man if need be. But a very, very cool deluxe Masters of the Universe Origin figure here. I love King Hiss. I love the Snake Man. So I was already a fan of this before I even got it in my hands. But I'm happy to have some of these Snake Men. Building out a shelf. We built out the Horde. We built out Skeletor and his army. Now we're working on our Snake Men for 2022, or I should say 2023. It's going to take a while to get used to that year changeover as usual, but 2023 going to be the rise of the Snake Men and the rise of the Eternia playset, so we'll stay tuned for that as well. But very, very cool. King Hiss, I think this is a strong one. Definitely worth the pickup if you ask me. But what say you guys out there in YouTube land? You picking up King Hiss? You passing? You playing the long game? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And are you going to get 3 of him like I am? Let me know on that as well. Don't forget to like this video. It always helps the channel. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as we got videos every single day, including all the Masters Universe Origins figures and a whole lot more, as you guys probably know. Don't forget about the Patreon. We can get early access to videos like this, bonus content, exclusive content, Q&As, giveaways, you name it, a lot going on over there in the old Patreon channel. And you can also support the channel over at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson, and don't forget to follow along and hit me up on social media, SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for King Hiss, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.